like vlogging this week. So me and Bryant are on our way to town. We're going on a little surf date together. We hired a nanny. Actually so hard to leave them. Like every time we leave, we just look at pictures and talk about them. I'm going to film an update later this week because I have so much to tell you guys about everything that's going on in life. But for now, I just want to say that we are trying to soak up the last few weeks of summer. We have 3 weeks until we leave for Arizona, and we're gonna be there for 2 months. Kind of sad to be away from home for that long, but it's gonna be fun. We're excited to spend time with family and do all the fall things. And we have a couple of fun little trips planned to go visit friends and things like that. In the meantime, we are just trying to make the most of it.
The great yellow sun is reflecting in your deep blue eyes. The day has begun. You spin around, you laugh to yourself. And I see you shine in every color, resting your head in my arms. You sing la la la.
This life update is long overdue. I feel like I need to explain the title of this video a little bit. So I've been having feelings for, I'd say, over a year now that I need to move away from influencing. And if you followed me for a while, you know that doing brand deals and ads and influencing has been my job for a long time. And I want to be clear that I am so grateful for this job. I'm so grateful for social media. I'm so grateful for the opportunities it has given me. And like one thing I love about social media is that I get to interact with amazing people on a regular basis. Like there are a lot of positive things about social media, and to just like clear the air, I am not fully like deleting social media or anything like that, but I have made the decision to move away from doing ads and having brand deals be a main income source for me. So if you don't really know how like brand deals work for influencers, basically brands will pay an influencer to promote their company, and that's how most content creators make a living. So I started having these feelings like over a year ago, and I ended up quitting my agency in January. And a big part of why I did that is because I felt like being signed up to an agency, there was a lot of pressure to keep up my social accounts. Like they had certain expectations of like the amount of money you needed to be earning. I felt very stressed anytime my content wasn't performing well. I felt like I wasn't doing as well as other influencers, and there was a lot of comparison in my mind. It just like wasn't good for my mental health to feel like I had to constantly keep like my story views up and make sure my posts were doing well, and like keeping up all of my organic content to sort of like cushion the ads that I was doing. So I made the decision to quit my agency back in January with kind of like the goal to be done doing ads. And I did end up taking a little bit of a break right when Bindi was born, which was so nice. But I feel like what ended up happening is I ended up getting a lot more jobs like on my own. So I was still getting brand deals like through my email and just not through my agency. And I was stoked because a lot of the brand deals that were coming through were like higher paying and they were more frequent, and I actually like made a lot more money and found a lot more success not being with an agency, which I don't know if that's true for everyone, but that's what was happening to me. And so even though my goal was to stop doing ads, I kind of like kept doing them, and I tried really hard to not work with any brands that I don't like or I don't love their product. But the thing that I really struggle with doing ads is all of the stuff that like comes with it. Even though it seems really simple in the moment of like, oh, I just have to film an ad, like it's post 3 story slides. Like that's super easy. I feel like it ends up taking like several days to complete an ad. You have to go back and forth with the brand, refilm things or re-record voiceovers. You have to like edit things, and then of course you have to post it, and you have to also film and create like organic content to go with your ad. Like you can't just post ads all the time or you won't have a platform. And it was taking up so much of my time to the point where I felt like I was giving my leftovers to the things that were really important to me, like being a mom and working on Sunbleached. And I feel like social media as a job has become so different than it used to be, to where the things that you need to do in order to be successful, I feel like are so bad for people and like bad for your mental health. Like if you look at the people who are really successful on social media, they are posting constantly. They're on several platforms. They're monetizing really personal moments. They're spending a lot of time scrolling so that they know like what the current trends are. And I feel like when you work as a content creator, the lines between work and real life are really blurred. So for example, I could be like working on the computer all morning, but then if I go to the beach with my family later, I have like this thing in my mind that's like, oh, I should probably like record stories so I have that for later, or I should probably like turn this into a TikTok somehow, instead of just like being in the moment with my family. And maybe that's not true for everyone, but that's just my experience. I feel like social media and being an influencer and content creator has become just so much more demanding as far as like how much you need to be constantly creating in order to be successful and like keep momentum. I wish it was easy to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna post what I want and not really care about how many likes I get. But when brands are like paying you according to your engagement and how many followers you have and how fast you're growing, those numbers do become very real and they directly affect your income. And so I just started feeling like I didn't really like my self-worth and my income being so tied to like algorithms and social media. I just feel like for me, it's just so not mentally healthy. And I'll just give like an example of something that I caught myself doing that I was just like, oh my gosh, like this needs to stop, like something needs to change. So I would find myself almost manufacturing moments to film because I would have like an ad that I had to post. So let's say I had an ad like on contract that I had to post on Wednesday, and it was Tuesday afternoon, and I'm sitting there like, dang, like I have an ad tomorrow and I don't have any content to post with it. And I can't just post an ad because people are just gonna unfollow you if you only post an ad. Like you also have to have organic content. So it'd be Tuesday afternoon and I'd be like, okay, we gotta like get the whole family to the beach, even if I don't feel like it, even if my family doesn't feel like it, and I'd be like, okay, we have to go to the beach and I have to film content so that I have something to post with my ad. And I was doing that and feeling like I hate this. Like I don't want to manufacture moments for my family. And I am a photographer at heart. Like I genuinely enjoy making content. I genuinely enjoy documenting my life. I genuinely enjoy sharing my life, but I want social media to be a place that I can post when I feel inspired and when it feels authentic to actually post. And when you have ads and you have deadlines and you have contracts, you can't just like take a break. Like you have to keep up your socials. And I know that there's probably people watching this being like, oh, it's so annoying when influencers complain about their job. And that's not what I'm trying to do here, because I know that influencing is such a privileged job to have, and I recognize like how lucky and blessed I am to even be in a position where I could sit there and say, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But I think something that a lot of people don't realize is like, yes, there's good money in influencing, but I also feel like it's kind of at the cost of like your mental health and your privacy and kind of like a work-life balance. So I feel like when I work on Sunbleach, it's so much easier for me to have a clock in, clock out mentality. But when it comes to being an influencer, it's very blurred. Like I feel like it's easy to kind of almost work all the time, and it's harder for me to be really present with my family. I just like want to focus more on being like a really good mom, and like I don't want my family to get my scraps. Anyways, all that to say, I found myself almost like back in this cycle where I was still doing ads and I still felt like I was neglecting things that were important to me. And so me and Bryant took a hard look at our finances, and I realized that I was spending like 3/4 of my time on working with brands and like brand deals, and about 1/4 of my time working on Sunbleach. But the actual income that was coming in was more like 3/4 of my income was coming from Sunbleach and 1/4 of my income was coming from brand deals. And I felt like, wow, like if I took all that time that I'm putting into being an influencer and promoting other companies into Sunbleach, like how much could Sunbleach actually grow? And we are in this position with Sunbleach where the next step is to sort of scale it. And we're looking at a few options. There's some things that are up in the air right now, but we're basically trying to find a way to pass off like the operations side of our business, so like manufacturing and all of like kind of nitty-gritty things. And if we could get that kind of taken care of and running by itself, that would also open up Bryant to be able to pursue things on his own. Even though Bryant is the most amazing supportive partner and he has like supported me with my dreams for so long, being an influencer is not his dream. And I think it would be so amazing if I could kind of shift most of my income towards sun bleached, and then that would hopefully free up more time for Bryant to pursue what he wants to pursue. And yeah, I feel like all of these feelings and choices have kind of accumulated to where a month ago I made like the final decision of I am not going to do ads anymore. And that is kind of scary because that's a major portion of my income. It has been for years. It's hard when a job comes through my email and it's like, oh, like this is easy, I could just do that. But I've had to realize that in saying yes to those things, I am saying no to other things. And a lot of times I'm saying no to things that are really important to me. I just feel like the things that it takes to be successful on social media, I just don't know if I'm like willing to do that anymore. I don't know if I'm willing to give up my family's privacy. I don't know if I'm willing to honestly like sacrifice a lot of my mental health, like dealing with the things on social media. I kind of want to turn my platform into a place that I can just show up when I'm feeling inspired and creative and like I genuinely want to share. And I really want my accounts to be like a safe little happy corner of the internet for people who follow us. Like I hope that my content genuinely brings people joy, and it's really hard for me to do that when I'm pumping out brand content. And so I guess I'm just trying to really find that balance for myself. And so I'm not quitting social media, but I think I am gonna pull back for like a while and kind of sort of reground myself into like what's really important to me. I want to dive like way deeper into sun bleach and really grow it and like make it a bigger thing. And I really want social media to become a place that I just post when I feel like it and post things that I want to post and not stress about likes or whether things perform well, and be more of just like a creative outlet for me and not like a main source of income. So at the beginning of this video, I said that I am entering my vlogging era again, and I feel like that probably sounds contradictory towards everything that I just said about pulling away from social media. I don't know if it's because I don't have that many followers on here, but I just feel like vlogging currently feels like a very fun creative outlet for me. Like I genuinely enjoy vlogging. I feel like if you're someone who's going to sit there and be committed enough to watch like a 15-minute video from me, then you're probably the type of person who actually like cares about what I have to say and what I'm putting out there. And so I kind of want to put more effort and time into those spaces for the people who are like really there and really love and enjoy our content. And I feel like it's easier to explain yourself on YouTube in a long video than just like putting something on Instagram. So I think it just makes sense for me to vlog. Right now I'm not going to commit to like a certain amount of vlogs, but I do want to vlog more often. And I genuinely really enjoy documenting our memories. Last week we spent some time with Jade like rewatching our vlogs from Europe last year, and it was so fun. I really love just rewatching our memories, and it's so fun to have our vlogs. And so at least for now, vlogging feels very for me, and I don't feel a lot of pressure with like getting a certain amount of views or anything like that. And the other thing that I really like about vlogs is I feel like I can kind of just get little clips here and there and then just edit it later. So I feel like it's easier to be a little bit in the moment, whereas sometimes other forms of content creation, I feel like it can take up an entire experience. Like if I go on a hike, then I feel like, okay, I need to make a TikTok, I need to get Instagram photos, I need to get stories, and it can take up the entire experience, and then I forget to just enjoy myself. Whereas vlogging, I feel like I can just kind of film like random clips and then just look at it later. And at least for me, it helps me be a little bit more present, and I think I really need that right now in my life. So like I said, I kind of made this decision to pull back from ads like a month ago, but already I have felt such a difference. Like I have felt like this mental weight lifted off of my head, and I feel already that I can be just so much more present with my family. Like I'm putting so much less pressure on myself to churn out so much content, and I can just go to the beach and just be at the beach and not feel like I have to film it or turn it into like a concept for TikTok. So yeah, it has already been a huge positive in my life, and I think ultimately this is the right decision for me and the right decision for my family. Anyways, hope that all makes sense. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you next time.